Thank you so much, those who follow us on Gospel Voice Library. My name is Patrick, and I welcome you once again for another quenching testimony. Someone's life and your life, like how does it move? Are you the only person in that ring bracket, or there are also other people who are facing some challenges? We find out their challenges and we find out their experience and how they move their life before Christ and also in Christ. Then you can evaluate yourself very well and compare. You see how the journey of salvation is moved. So we thank God that today still we have got another visitor. You're welcome. Begin with our people who are watching us.
Thank you very much. My name is Naroga Juliet. I stay in Where. My mother, she's alive, and as well as my father, they're also there. So now to take you around my testimony, I began understanding my life very well when I was in secondary school. Yes. That's where I began understanding my life properly. Because primary, I didn't focus so much about my life, though I got born again when I was still in primary.
Oh, for you were born again in the primary?
Yes.
Hey, how did it happen? How did you get to be born again? First, tell us briefly.
There is a certain crusade which came to our village. They preached to us. And me afterwards, I was like, I wanted to get up to be a born again. So I went to that crusade, and I was like, I'm born again. We began, afterwards they told us to go in churches of born again. We began do what? Ministering. That's how I began to be born again. Then I went to my primary 6. I went in a school, it was in Kasana. Kasana, yes. It wasn't a born again school, it's a school for born agains. But I found there our matron when she was a born again. And I told her that I'm also born again. Obviously, we used to have a gathering after school, after like preps, because I was in a boarding section. After preps, we used to gather and we begin our sessions of prayers. Then we had also a nearby church. We used to go there on Sundays, Saturdays, because our matron was a very big person in that church, so we used to go with her. They could allow her. Okay. Yes.
So, you started understanding when you were in a secondary school?
When I was in secondary school, because my secondary school, I was in DJ High School.
The high school.
It is in Bombo. When I went there for my senior 1. I found there a scripture union, so I also had to join the scripture union. I was just a member. I was just in a scripture union. But because I had a spirit in me of being a born again, I could always be there. I could always be part of them. So they used to see me like attending each and everything. So the next time they had to appoint me in that church.
As what?
As first, I was just a counselor.
Okay.
A counselor first. So they gave me that post of being a counselor. I used to be there and I studied. Then after that, senior 1, they had to elect me as a chairperson.
Okay.
In that church. Then I began my journey of being born again in that school. After being a chairperson, they gave me to be overseer. in that school, after being overseer, even the school itself, they appointed me to be a leader of all regions.
Combining all the religions there.
Yes, Muslims, Christians, Catholics. I was leading them.
So tell us what happened in the school.
In the school.
How was the studying like?
Well, I was a very bright student in a school. And as well as a very disciplined person in that school.
Okay.
Nali very disciplined. Musomerera ate nga ndi mugezi. We used to perform very well. I used to be among the top 5 in a school.
Among the top 5?
The top 5.
Okay.
And we studied, then we reached senior 4. They knew we were very bright, so they had to make for us a reverse party. But because for us we were very bright and they expected this first grade from us, they did for us 2 parties.
Okay.
2 parties. The one for only us who were very bright for the top 5.
The rest they did not consider them.
Yes.
Okay.
For us they did for us a special party. Yes. But very disappointingly, when the results came back, the school expected to see first grades from us, but no one got a first grade. Me personally, I came back when I was in 3rd grade.
What happened? Seriously, what happened?
Sincerely, it was a very big disappointment to me and also to the school as well as our parents. It was very disappointing, but we also don't know what happened. But maybe we knew we were very bright. So when they made for us parties, we relaxed and we didn't read books. That's why it came like that.
Okay.
And that thing, it affected me so much. So much. To the extent, I reached an extent and I was like, I'm supposed now to live a born again life.
Oh.
To live it, because I thought now God couldn't help me. Could not help me because I have not managed to get a first grade. And because we had to join senior 5, my parents, they didn't have money. They were like, you're going to stop in senior 4. I was like, no, I will not stop in senior 4. I have to continue. I have to go to campus. So senior 5 first term I didn't go to school. Second term I didn't. I got a job in Kawempe and I began working, looking for my school fees.
Okay.
To take me back to study. When it reached senior 5 third term, I was like, now I've collected enough money, Mom. I'm supposed to go back to school. We are like, it's okay. But because I performed very bad and I wanted a very good course, I was like, now I don't want to be a born again. But that again, how will I do it? I'm supposed to go back and do school to get a report to take me to another school. Because I knew this another school, they don't know the way I used to perform.
Of course, they don't know you.
Yes, they will not give me a course I really need. So I had to go back and lecture. In senior 5, third term.
In the 3rd term?
Yes.
But you had registered with them and you were like, they were knowing that you were going to come?
No, they didn't. But because for me I was a very disciplined student, so I was taking that chance. I knew they could allow me because they knew each and everything about me. By the way, because before they gave me a bursary of being a very disciplined student, we were paying 450. But for me they gave me a bursary and I was paying 200,000 only in a school.
Okay.
So now when I came back, I was like, I want to take PCM.
PCM?
Yes. Then the teachers advised me, they were like, no, you cannot manage that one according to the way you performed. We are like, maybe we give you PAM and you try that one. Because at first they were saying Hague. I was like, no, me, I'm not good at geography. I will take PAM. Then I took PAM. Remember, I joined in senior 5, third term. Students had already moved. I got 1 point when results came back.
But you were busy copying notes.
Yes,
What?
Yeah. I got just 1 point. Like this. And I was like, now what should I do? Then I copied notes. Then when it came to senior 6 first term, I came back to that school. But I studied only for 1 week. And I changed my mind. I was like, now I cannot be in this school anymore. Because first of all, they are going they want me to be a minister.
In the school?
In a school.
Which is not bad.
And I was like, no, I couldn't manage being a minister plus my books.
Hey.
Because I did perform very well. So now I was like, now I should leave God. Because God is not working for me.
Okay.
Yes.
You should leave God away.
Yes. And I focus.
You concentrate alone.
On books. So now I was like, how will I do this? Because in this school, they will not allow me not to be a minister. Remember, for me, they just appoint me. I don't go into campaigns. Yeah. So now I was like, now what should I do? I had to tell the teachers that I'm sick.
Okay, you lied.
I lied that I'm sick. When I lied, they gave me a permission to go back home. Because it wasn't easy to give you a permission to go back home. But because for me, I was a very disciplined student. So it wasn't so difficult for me to allow me to go back. They gave me. But when I went, I didn't go home. I went to my auntie's place.
What were you planning?
I was planning to leave this school because I knew I couldn't perform when I was still in this school. Where they are going to make me to be a born again.
You will be too much congested.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I went to my aunt, I was like, Aunt, I've come back, I want to tell you something. She was like, what? I was like, now I want to change the school. After just studying for 1 week, I was like, this school, they don't consider sciences. They only consider arts. And for me, I'm taking sciences. The chances of me performing very well, they are very, very few. She was like, okay. I was like, you help me inform mom and dad. So she raised my mom. When they informed them, they were like, no, if at all she's not allowing to go back to that school. Let her come back in a village and she begin digging. For us, we don't have money to take her in another school. Another school. So now, but again, I remembered when I was still in senior 2, I had a man. A man who sent for me someone to give me his number plus money. It was 100,000. That man told me, you raise me and we talk. But because I was still young, I couldn't consider that man. I didn't raise that guy. But I kept his number.
Okay.
Now when I reached to that extent when they no longer want to pay for me school fees, I raised the guy again. I talked to the guy. Then the guy was like, what is the problem? I was like, I want to study. But my mom and dad, they are like, I should stop here. Then the guy was like, if at all you're allowed to take me to see your aunt, I will pay for you the school fees.
Why does he want to take you to the aunt?
He wanted to take me to the auntie for him to be sure that after study I will marry them to the guy.
Even you discussed like that with him?
Yes.
Okay.
And because I wanted to study, so I had to allow each and everything the guy was informing me. Yes. And I was like, it's okay if you want to be taken to the aunt. It is very fine.
Let's do it.
Let's arrange that day. I will inform you that day. You will come and see the aunt when she's ready. At my auntie's place, we had a maid. She was very mature. She was called Aisha. She was a Muslim. Now, I explained the issue to the maid, and she was like, that is very simple. Let us wait for that day when your aunt is not around, then we shall raise the guy to come. I will be your aunt. Just imagine now the maid is going to be my aunt.
Playing tricks now.
Yes. For her to be like she's my aunt, such that the other guy can give me money to continue schooling. There is a day when we lost somebody in the village. So my aunt had to go for a burial. Then we raised the guy. I was like, now my aunt, she's ready. She's like, you come and see her. Because we knew my aunt, she's not around. So the guy could come and find the maid only. You understand?
Yeah. Yes.
So now the guy came knowing that he's going to meet my auntie. Plus, me and the maid became my aunt. So the guy came, he talked to the maid. So they made an agreement that now I'm going to pay school fees for your daughter. But after school, she will get married to me after senior 6.
After graduating?
No.
Senior 6?
It was just senior 6.
And you accepted?
Yes, we accepted. Because for me, my point was just to finish senior 6. I knew I could join campus, but I didn't know how. Yes. So now, the guy accepted. Because for him, he thought this is my aunt.
He thought that's the real aunt?
Yes. The guy came with things, the clothes for the auntie, what plus money, 500,000. And he was like, okay, I'm going to pay fees for you. I'll bring the school fees on this and this a day. So we waited. When it reached a day, the guy came with the school fees. I was very happy. I took the school fees to the school. So now I had to deceive my parents that I have got a school. Because for them, they had told me that if you want to continue with your studies, you must get a school which is paying the same money we are paying in the other school.
Okay, so that they can afford.
Then I had to deceive to them that now I've got a school with the cheapest amount.
Sorry to ask. This gentleman, by the time he came to bring things and the rest, did you by any means ask him whether he's married or he's not married or what does he do? Things like that, because entering into an agreement with someone from nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we had talked. He told me he's married.
Okay.
Yes, he was married with 2 children. But I was like, no, you're married now. What if they bewitch me? He was like, no, me, my wife, she has no problem. And the good thing, me, I don't love her. Because they just got her for me. I'm not interested in her.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm going to do a wedding for you.
Okay.
Worry not. For the other one, she has no problem. We planned it and everything, but I knew he was married with 2 kids. He was, the job he was doing, yali musubuzi wa mwanyi. Ng'alina n'ekyuma kya mwanyi ng'asubula n'ennaanasi.
It deals in coffee.
Yes.
Okay. So you organized with the mom and you told them you have got the school, 500,000, it's there, so they sent for you the money.
Yes, they sent for me the money. Also, this guy paid for me. So now I had to just eat this one for the mom and dad.
How much were you paying in the school?
1.2.
1.2.
In Kawande SS. I joined Kawande SS. I know when I reached there, I was like, now life is okay. This is what I wanted. But in my mind, I knew I don't love this guy.
Okay.
Yes. And before that, my aunt, this maid who pretended to be my aunt, I told her that you tell the guy that no sex before marriage.
In the agreement, there should be no sex before marriage.
Before marriage.
Okay.
Yes, that was the agreement.
And he accepted.
And he accepted.
Oh, things were okay there.
Yeah. Filmora. So now when I joined the Kawande SS, they know me because I had a friend called Sonko. He helped me very much. I could revise with him. And Hadija, she's now working at the airport. Yes, they helped me so much because I had joined late school.
By the way.
When I reached in Kawande SS, they gave me what the course I wanted. But PEM,
yeah.
But they were like, on trial, we are giving you only one semester. If you don't get the points we need, you're going to go back to senior 5.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, it's like life now is becoming so tough because I found them when for them they are very, very serious, by the way.
Very serious.
Very serious. Not like in the other school I left. So I focused. And in the first term, I got the points. I managed to score the points they needed. So I had to proceed with my studies. This guy used to come on the station days to visit me. But in the school, we had registered that he's my uncle.
Okay.
He used to come to visit me as my uncle. He pays school fees as my uncle. They called me Juliet. Your uncle has paid school fees, and this is the receipt. Because they couldn't allow parents to see students when they are in class.
Oh, they are busy concentrating.
Yes, when you come, you drop whatever you've come with in the office. Then you have to leave. Then life was okay. In the holidays, remember holidays when you're in senior 6, they can give you like just 1 week. I couldn't get time to meet that guy.
Okay.
When he paid for me, I finished now senior 6. By the way, I performed very well in senior 6, not like in senior 4.
Okay.
Because in this school I performed very well. Because when we looked at the thing for the campus, the structure for the campus, I managed to take Bachelor of Science in statistics.
Okay.
And I know that course you can't take it when you've performed.
Comes with the good points.
Yes.
So you completed senior 6?
I completed senior 6.
Our gentleman.
Now things changed totally.
What changed?
Our gentleman, because my aim was just to finish my studies. Now when I completed, now I was like, now I no longer want this man again in my life, because now the agreement was no sex before marriage. Now I knew, because I had completed senior 6, the guy started saying, now Juliet, I want us to plan for the wedding.
Yes.
I want to go to your parents. We plan for the wedding. I get for your job. You tell me the place where you do what you want to stay. Now the place caused problems first. Cause at first, cause I knew for him was staying in Ruel. Now even the wife was in Ruel. I was like, now when I told this man that I want to be in Kampala, it will be very hard for him. He will not accept. I had that in mind. So now he was like, where do you want me to build for you? Then I was like, I don't want to be in a village. If you want to construct for me, we begin from Kawempe, going to town.
Yes.
There it is free. If you do that, I will stay with you. And then the guy was like, no, Juliet, that is very far. Now me, I do my jobs in Ruero, what and what. I was like, now if you don't want to leave it, because I knew
those areas are expensive.
Because I knew now he did for me what I wanted. Now I no longer need him. Now I began behaving in a funny way. When the guy insisted, then I had to put my phone off. I got another line.
You changed your phone?
Even a 9. I was like, nah, I no longer want to hear from this man again.
Gospel Voice Library, you are seeing us, watching us, enjoying this testimony. Please, I urge you to subscribe to this channel, like this testimony, share it with your friends. Let them really listen what is going on in the gospel world. This is how we set out and sit down, relax, and bring all the thoughtful stories which are in our heart, what we have ever come through, what we have gone through, and how we overcame them, by the way. So it's better for you, our brothers and sisters, to share this testimony or this message, this story to your wonderful friends. Let them understand that this life, your mistakes is someone's correction. All right? Like what I have gone through, me, Patrick, can help you tomorrow and also shape you to become a better person. That's why this program is here for you. Sit there and relax it. All I request from you, just tap there to subscribe, that red button, so that when we upload something, you don't miss it. They will come to you automatically. Julie, what happened eventually? Did he manage to get for you the place at Kawempe, or what happened?
The guy couldn't manage in Kawempe. So now me, I had to cut off the communication by getting another line. Because after senior 6, the good chance I didn't go back in the village. I went to my uncle's place. He was staying in Bushen. My uncle. So I went to that side. So it was very hard for this man to get me again. So now when I went there, they asked me, because I had performed very well. Even my uncle couldn't expect it. He was very happy. For him being very happy, he asked me a question: do you want to proceed with your studies? I was like, yes. He was like, now I have my friend, I'm going to connect you and you go to campus.
Okay.
So I was very happy to hear that I'm going to the campus. So I cut off the communication totally with this man. I couldn't hear from that man again.
Okay.
So now I got a bursary on Buganda
Royal?
Yeah. At campus. They gave me a bursary. I began studying first semester, second semester. Now when we reached in second semester, it was interrupted, my bursary. This guy they connected me with to give me a bursary. He began like he wanted to con.
Conning who?
Me.
Why now?
And I never wanted. He began to take interest in me.
Oh, how did you notice that?
He used to give me a call. He's like, Juliet, where are you? We meet in this place. And when we meet, the words he was using.
What was he saying?
You know when a guy is dating.
I don't know. Tell us. What was he trying to say that time?
The word guys date ladies.
Okay.
That's what he was doing. But because the guy was mature, in fact I will not say because he was mature, because also the other one was mature. But I never wanted that guy. I was like, now this one at campus, if at all he begins like this, no things will not move on very well for me.
It's true.
So I had to inform my uncle. This guy is disturbing me. Because he was like, if at all you don't allow, I'm going to cut you off from the bursary.
Imagine.
Yes. So one day I had to record him.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And I took the evidence to my uncle. So when my uncle heard about that, he was like, it's okay, you leave the bursary, I pay for you. My uncle began paying for me. It's now I reached a certain extent, because you know campus we need a lot of money.
Hey. You realize also in campus,
yes,
you still need more money.
I still need more money.
Uncle's supplement was
Uncle
little.
was giving only tuition Mom was providing this accommodation fee, and mom plus money for eating. But now mom was giving me little money.
How much?
Like she could give me like mom could give me like 20,000, and she says like, now you earn that money very well. Make sure that it can take you just for a month.
20,000.
Yes, remember you were staying alone. You have to eat, you have to drink, to do everything for yourself. It was very little money. So I was like, now how should I do such that I earn a living at campus? So now I was like, now I should raise this man again.
You're going to raise who? Who?
This man who paid for me in
the secondary A level.
Yes.
By the way, can't you notice what you did to him? By the way, how long had you stayed without talking to him? Were you still talking to him in that period?
No,
remember you had changed your number.
I wasn't talking to him, but I kept his number. I changed the line, but I kept his number.
You called him?
I called him. And I was like, man, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
I'm very sorry because I wanted money. I looked for ways of me bringing him back to me. I was like, I'm very sorry. The reason why I did that is because I wanted to continue with my studies. And for you couldn't allow me because you wanted to marry me. And the guy was like, no, Juliet, you would have explained it to me. I would understand. And I was like, I'm very sorry, Bambi, but now we can continue with our relationship. I'm ready to continue. If I told you allow, I'm ready. You know I love you so much, but because I just wanted to continue with my studies, so I never wanted to stop in senior 6. So the guy was like, it's okay, but I'm going to be patient with you. But please do not disappoint me the second time.
Yes.
And I was like, I cannot. Sincerely, I cannot. This time I'm changed. I cannot. The other one I was still young, but now I'm mature. I can understand.
Yes.
Yes. Then the guy was convinced, and he was like, I'm going to pay for your accommodation fee. How much is it?
Yes.
And I was like, it is 500. I was like, it's okay. I'm going to be paying for you only that. I was like, it's okay. Then one day I was like, Juliet, I want to see where you stay. I was like, it's fine. I was staying in Chikumi. If you know that place, I was staying in Beaver Hostel. You know that hostel? I was staying in Beaver. But the fee wasn't 500 in Beaver, you know. But because I knew I wanted money, when he gave me 500, I was like, also mommy is giving me 500 for accommodation, so I had to change the hostel. I went to Narika in Chikoni. So I was like, now this Beaver, we don't have a vehicle to take us, so now let me go to Narika. Good enough. Also, my friend was staying in Narika. My friend, she's called Adrian. Yeah, she was staying in Narika. So now I went to Narika because now I'm a Mugaga.
I see.
Yes.
There is cash.
We continued with studies at campus. So when I finished, we were about to finish, I began thinking about this man again. I was like, now again, this man is going to tell me marriage.
But you have finished?
Yes, I finished, but it's not the quality of a man I wanted to marry. And remember when we were at campus, I got you did what? I got a boyfriend from there.
In the campus?
In the campus.
Young blood.
Yeah.
Now you are matching.
Yes. Now the other, now I was just using him to give me money, but I had a boyfriend whom I loved so much. I I will not mention his name.
It's okay, leave him.
Yes,
leave him.
yeah. We moved on with that guy because I got him, by the way, in first semester.
First semester, when you have just joined?
Yes, but third what? It was first year, third semester.
No, how did he convince you really? Because your heart was not loving members around.
It wasn't.
That's your first love in this story, as we may see.
It was my first love, in fact.
But so how did he convince you? Someone wants to know.
Well, obviously, because we were at campus, for him began like doing for me some simple things. Like when we were at campus, because he was also staying in Beaver, he could buy for me lunch, buy for me supper. He could, we shared the contacts. He used to raise me, Juliet, at what time are you coming back from campus? I sat this time. Today my lectures are stopping at this time, so he could come and pick me. When rain comes, he can come while running, bringing for me an umbrella.
He was caring.
Yes, that's how we started with that one.
And you also end up giving up. You say, let me just love him.
But we also break up when I was in third year.
There you stop. Let's go back to our story.
Yes. Now this man, I was like, I should leave this man because now I'm finishing campus.
You have to look for ways again how to begin avoiding him.
Because he's mature and married. Now I cannot manage a man who is married. I don't want married men. I knew the wife will bewitch me.
Okay.
So now I also cut off the communication.
You changed another number again?
I didn't change the number. This time I didn't. The guy used to call me, I couldn't pick. And when I pick, I could be very tough. Speaking now, we were very bad. I used to reply him in a bad way. Until when he realized, now this lady, maybe she needs time, because for him he was mature, I was still young. So now we stopped communicating, but for him couldn't give up.
Kept on calling you?
Like after a month, he could call me. Juliet, how are you? I had called to check on you. How are you? However much our things didn't go on very well, but I know one thing, one day you will do it. I know, I believe. I'm in love with you. I know you will change your mind. So now after campus, I went to, my uncle was still staying in Wishen, but when I went there, we had to shift to Kasese. Because my uncle is an engineer in electricity, meter reading. So they gave him a transfer to Kasese. So we had to go, because for him he used to move with his family. So we went to Kasese when I had finished campus. So now then there, because now this guy I had in campus, we had break up. So now when I went in Kasese, I got another one.
In Kasese? Yes. You got another boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
But I left this one, even this guy. So now I got a boyfriend. And I got a boyfriend. For him, we were not serious, in fact. Because he was even working from far in Sudan. He could work in Sudan. We are not so serious. So now I began looking for a job. I was like, now I should look for a job, because now I had finished what?
Studies. All right. Gospel Voice Library 1, thank you so much for watching us, you people. God bless everyone. We are coming back. Don't touch anything. Just give us a little break. Let's drink some water. We are coming back.
Mukama olw'obulamu bwange konfuka
All right, we are back again. We have been for a short commercial break. Which is so nice. So we reached a point where you decided to, like, you wanted to begin looking for a job.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because like now after campus, I should look for a job. I searched for a job. I searched for a job. Things were not easy, by the way, looking for a job. But I got a chance. I had my friend, you know, when I was in Ndeje
University?
Ndeje Secondary.
Yes.
Because I was a minister in Born Again Church, most of my students, they thought I was still a born again. I didn't lose my friends. We continued with our friendship. So now after campus, there is a lady called Charity, because she used to be our praise and worship team and worship trainer. So now I raised her. I was like, Charity, I want to get a job, and I know for you working near Airtel, can you please connect me? She was like, it's okay, Juliet, when we get a chance and they need a worker, I'll raise you. It reached a time when they wanted someone, so she gave me a call. She was like, Juliet, you bring your application and your guarantees and guarantors, you begin do what? Working. They need someone to work. We are going to open up a new service center branch. So I was like, it's okay. I took my application. Of course, for her, she was someone big in a company, so they couldn't even take me through the interview. Immediately I went, I began working. They took me to a branch, they opened, and I began working. So I began working from there. You knew now I had changed the place. By that time I couldn't deceive. I didn't have a boyfriend.
Okay. Where was the branch?
It was in Chivale. Chivale. It was Mutanzige. The place is called Mutanzige after Kakumiro.
Okay.
Yes. After Kakumiro. I went there. I started working. And I didn't have a boyfriend. As a young lady, I was looking well, single,
True.
Sleeping alone. The company gave me a house. So men began also coming on to me.
Okay.
Yes. I selected one.
Okay.
And that one, for him, we moved to the extent that I got a child from him. But because I knew this is not what my parents expected from me, because for them they expected me to take a man at home.
Yes.
So I couldn't tell them that now I'm married.
You kept quiet?
I kept quiet. With even my pregnancy, I gave birth without them being aware. Then after giving birth, I was like, Mom, Dad, I have given birth.
Given such a breaking news?
Yes. Even my uncle, for him, was like, why were you keeping quiet? You would have informed us. Because pregnancy, it is not something which grows while you're going inside. You knew it would come out one day, one time. Why did you keep quiet? I was like, Uncle, I'm very sorry. So for him, I was like, it's okay. Is the man treating you well? I was like, yes. Because for him I couldn't say bad words about the gun, because I knew I have annoyed them, so now I can't even annoy them again. So I had to say, now we okay. We are like, it's okay, so long as you're okay, it's fine. But prepare and come home. We need to see the man. Yes. I was like, it's okay, Uncle. Even the parents, that's what they said. And it was okay. In fact, it was okay. I began working. So I worked for 3 years from Chivale. It is Mutanzige. I gave birth to a kid, a boy. My boy is called Mahad. Yes.
With that.
In fact, because I had left Born Again, even I got a Muslim, the guy is a Muslim. He's not a born again. The kid is called Mahan. And totally left the born again life. But again, things began challenging from there.
Hey.
Yes. Now, because I had done a lot of things, weird things. Now, when I got married, my journey now wasn't so good and so well. I started facing challenges. You know, with marriage, a man cannot concentrate on you.
On a woman, on one wife.
Yes. You now was a young lady. He was also a young man. Very young, because he was still young, 26. He was also young.
How did he really manage to win you like that? Was he like kind of rich, or because for you wanted money a lot?
Yeah, I wanted money a lot. But again, it is surprising that the guy I got, he had nothing.
Huh?
Yes. But because he was, maybe when I looked at him, he was a man of my dream.
Okay.
Yeah, he was young. I saw we could match.
Okay.
We were matching. I was like, now we will work even if he doesn't have money.
As long as for you are working.
And in fact, he didn't have money, because I found him doing a mobile money, but just on a veranda with a cash of 500. And there is a day they stole him. He remained with nothing, only the line. Bafere bamufera.
Okay.
Yes. So now I had to support him, because I was working in a big company. We had a lot of money. I was a manager myself. I could keep money. I had like around 19 million. I could stay with that cash. So I told this man, it's okay, even if they have taken away your money, I'm going to support you. I will be giving you every day 6M. You use it, then in the evening you bring it, we balance it. So I could give him money to use, and at times whenever I could get big transactions, I could call him to make the transaction. Then for me, I give the customer the cash. But when I've done it with him, for him to get at least
a commission.
Yeah, that's how I used to support him. Things didn't go on very well, in fact, because
what happened again?
Now, you know, working in a company, you also bring that love stuffs. Even money for the company started getting lost.
Okay.
Until 9 million.
It remained only 9 million.
I lost 9 million.
Out of 19 million?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. For that, I cannot explain that. Like this and like this. But I could see money disappearing each and every day.
Getting lost by itself?
Yes. Up to now, I cannot tell you that money got lost like this or like this. So now I ended up in prison by that. Yes.
They took you up to prison?
Yeah, because for them they wanted their money. We are like, Juliet, tell us how the money is. Before that, money could get lost. And I was informing my manager that money is getting lost. So the manager was like, it's okay. We shall see the way of recovering it.
But like in a day, how much could you get lost?
Like 500.
From balancing, you see 500 is less.
You balance the books. Like when you have finished work, you balance the books, you see you have all the money. Then the only thing I could, which wasn't good, I could balance in the evening. Then in the morning when I was going to start a day again, I couldn't balance again. Because I had balanced in the evening.
So you could not know between this section where to where.
In fact, I didn't take that time to see. You get, but I now was sleeping alone. I used to be alone. So now no one could enter into my room. So I don't know how the money got lost really.
How about this boy? He was not even coming inside your room?
No, it was me going to him.
Oh, and you risk leaving the place with all that money like that?
Yes.
You go to that man and leave
I leave the work.
with the whole money inside
with
in
the
it,
whole money
without a
inside in
security.
it, without a security.
Love is tough.
It's tough.
Yes.
Sincerely, it is tough.
Mm-hmm.
So now we reached an extent where they were like, now we are going to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we balance, you put it here. Whatever you don't have, we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
We balanced the books, lines, what and what for them I had. But when it reached to the money, they were like, where is this money? I didn't have the money. So they were like, now we are going to go to the police. Before even that, we used to balance with the manager. But whenever he could come, I could borrow money from friends to show him that all the money is there. You see?
To fill the gap.
Yes, to fill the gap. I used to borrow the money. So one time when he came, I got money from my friends. It was 4M. After balancing, the man took all the money.
Who? Manager?
Manager. Took all the money, the cash from me, even the float. So
Moreover, you had borrowed it.
So also those people wanted the money. So now I was like, what should I do? Then I had to go to other friends to borrow money to pay these ones. I kept on borrowing to cover up the gap until when they returned this money again to me. Then now a second time of balancing, the guy was like, whatever we balance, I want you to put it on the table. So now I didn't have the money. He was like, it's okay. Since you don't have money, let us go to the police, you make a statement. Just a statement, we come back.
Just on the statement.
Yes, he raised the policemen because they came, they saw me. I was a very friendly lady. They were like, no, we cannot take this one. Let her come by herself. We cannot shame her, we know her. She's a very good woman. So I took myself to the police, but I had to tell this guy that now they are taking me to the police. But before that, the manager wanted to date me. And the manager realized it is the other guy dating me. And it didn't do him good. He never wanted the other guy. So he wanted also to arrest the other guy.
What?
So now he was getting an alternative from there. Because I don't have money, so he was bringing these issues. Because now the other one is a boyfriend, we should also take him. Yeah. So now I told this guy, they are taking me, but don't come because they want to arrest you. Do not come to the police. He was like, okay. When I went to the police to do a statement, before even I made a statement, the guy had already reached to the police. I was like, where I told you not to come. Now you've come, you've worsened the things. I was like, it's okay. Now they didn't even allow me to do a statement when they saw this guy. They just said, now you remove your shoes, your pin, what you enter. I entered it. Now life was hard. The manager was...
First, wait, when you're going to... That life was hard. Like, that money got lost 9 million. Within which period? How long? When did you start balancing and you get the money was missing? Within how long?
In fact, it was a year.
After a long period of like 1 year.
Yes.
Then 9 million's float was missing.
Yes.
So they put you inside.
So the manager was like, now... He told the other guy, if you want her to be out of the prison, you bring 3M cash. So we shall give her to you. And by that time I was pregnant.
Even you became pregnant?
Of 1 month.
Okay, but it could not be seen.
Yes. But because the guy knew I'm pregnant. For him was fighting for his pregnancy. So now I was like insisting to this guy, you leave the manager to take me to the court. I want to be taken to the court. Don't panic.
Yes.
For him was like, no, I will not allow that. So now he was being asked for 3M to release me. The guy didn't have money. Remember, it was me supporting him. So this guy also had to go to his mom and deceive that, mom, I have got a problem, this and this and this and this. He lied. Was like, mama, I need money. His mother sold the goats and gave the son the money.
3 million.
Not 3 million. It was 800. Then he had friends. He also went to friends. He borrowed money. Naye yalinayo ekibanja. Saamanya nnyo gye yali yakijja. Yalinayo ekibanja. Nakyo n'akiteeka on demand. Kati baba bakiyita batya, n'akisinga. N'akisinga bamuwe ki sente.
Yeah.
Then he raised 3M. I was like, don't give him that money. Me, I want to be taken to the court. For him was like, no. But by the way, I slept there. Then in the morning, he came with 3M. They released me. But on police bond. But I'm supposed to be paying the other remaining balance.
The 6 million.
But because the manager, what he wanted did not happen, he had to give up.
He left you.
After some time, it was like after 3 months, he gave me a call. He was like, Juliet, please, I'm sorry for whatever happened. Yes. I was like, manager, it's okay. I was like, I'm sorry, but it's okay now.
You are now free.
Yes, but you can come back and work for us.
To come back and work again?
Yes.
But again, the money which got lost, how can they just forgive it like that?
I don't know. For that, I can't explain. Manager is called Manager Stanley. And is now working in Kagadi. He's a manager in Kagadi. Yes. He's Manager Stanley. But by the way, he's now my friend. He's now my friend.
Okay.
We call, we talk. If I get a challenge, we talk. He's my friend. Okay. But he was like, come back and work for us. I was like, manager, no, I cannot now come back to work. So now, because I had lost the job, I had to go to my money's place. Before that, by the way, I had some money in Chivina. We went there, we removed that money. I told him, let us start a business. All
right, Vanange, the testimony is cool, but due to time, we beg to stop here. This shall be the first part of this testimony, and tomorrow we are going to tackle back the second episode of this testimony. Let's see what happened with Julie, how she really conquered, how she and what happened in the marriage. When she started the marriage, she has no money, but she has got some money from Chibina. What did the money do? Did they put it, and was it successful in the business, or just things end up like that? And also, there is a lot of things in a plate which we have had. So please do not miss the part 2, which is coming shortly to you. This is just the episode number 1 of this testimony. So we beg to stop here, and we shall come back tomorrow and fill back the missing part. May God bless each and everyone. We meet again tomorrow. Peace and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.